Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon or Rising. Virgo, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for February 24th to March the 1st. Can you believe it? Start of the third month, almost the end of the first quarter of 2020. Already, I just, want to stop this time train. It is going so fast. Anyway, for you this week, we have the Initiation Oracle card. We have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Virgo, really interesting energy here. I mean, I do feel like, some of you have been through, a darker time. I know we can always say that. But the thing is, at these times, whether it was last week or 5 years ago, sometimes we're still carrying the charge of it, right? It's really time for you to release something from the past, coming out of the cave, coming back into the dance of life, getting back your sense of play, spontaneity, because we have a new beginning that's waiting for you. But we don't notice the new beginnings when we are, firmly locked in the past. What I also see here is potentially a new romance from a place, of the greatest stability, the greatest emotional, the sense of emotional security as well. But it all, comes through, obviously, doing some of that inner work to release whatever this is. So before we go to the tarot, guys, just going to read out the oracle card for you. The Initiation, Rite of Passage, Crossing the Threshold. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing this week, guys. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You're being tested, initiated, because you're heading somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We're called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, security, of depth, of meaning. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I feel like you are on that threshold at the moment, Virgo. And, it's funny because when we go through these times, they really are our initiations. They're like gateways or portals to, an energetic upgrade to a better life, to a better relationship, to a better situation. How often do you know of somebody who went through a terrible divorce or an awful situation at work where they lost their job or something, only to maybe not immediately, but 6 months later, just a little bit down the track, they found something that beyond trumped the last one, where they're fully aligned and so happy. That's what I'm seeing here. It's that kind of thing. So that's why it's best that we release the past as soon as possible, because there is new beginnings that want to come in for you that are greater potentially than what you had. So the Five of Cups is the card of lamenting the past, and it shows somebody who is firmly fixated on past losses, on, the letdowns, the relationships that didn't work, the career opportunities that evaporated, the grief, the despair, all of those kind of things. But the thing is, the past is the past. There's no way of getting the liquid, back into those cups. It's already soaked into the ground. But importantly, the past is the thief of the present. It steals from us, or robs us of the present moment, because when we're connected to the past energetic charge, it holds space that we can't invite new things into our lives, and we miss the opportunities that are sometimes right under our nose. And the thing about the Five of Cups is that it can hold us in that place of darkness, of stagnancy, and sometimes even depression for some people. So it's really time to release that cloak of darkness, step out of the shadow side. 5 is the number of conflict. This time I really feel it's internal conflict, but it's also the number of change. So it tells me that change is the antidote to this internal conflict, and it's really time to, walk that bridge over those troubled waters back to your sanctuary, back to your higher self, back to your sense of inner wisdom. And I am feeling to read the Page of Cups with that card, because I feel that this is, a really important message of getting back your sense of play, enthusiasm, and lightheartedness for life. And there could be somebody that, has been around you recently that's helping you make that shift. It could be a child with a Page of Cups, or somebody younger, potentially a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But the Page of Cups can also be an unexpected shift that happens, something that happens to kind of lift you out of this darkness. It can talk about synchronicities, surprises, the fish jumping out of the cup, things where you least expect them happening. Can be, an emotional offer, an apology, a message that somehow, makes you able to have that hindsight, to join the dots, to say, you know what, yep, okay, I see everything for what it is now, and I know it's time to release this energy. And it's when you get to that stage that new beginnings can come in. And, the Ace of Swords in particular is, it can be a breakthrough. Now, they always say that a breakdown can lead to breakthrough. Some of you may have had an emotional breakdown in the past, but I do know that, everyone that comes out the other side of a dark time, anyone who, walks that path out of the cave and heads towards the light, they come back twice as strong and they come back victorious. Ace of Swords is a card of victory. It's about recrowning yourself. You have double king energy in this reading. This is about you taking that crown of glory, knowing that you've earned it, you've walked the path, you've got the learning, and now it's time for new challenges from a place of strength. That's the Ace of Swords, guys. And it is the new seeds all ready to be sown for you to grow and expand. We have two people here in this reading that we'll get to that are the top of their suits in both, abundance materially and, emotional intelligence, love, joy, and compassion. That's what's on offer. And I think the seeds of that are all coming in this week, because aces, they are the number one in each suit, in this case swords, and they are the seeds of potential, but we must water and nurture them and love them to expand those opportunities. So this line here for me of cards represents not only the past position, but the shift. And the shift is happening this week. And I am seeing this top row here as your near future outcome of that shift. So I'm going to leave these on the table because I really feel like they're a set of three. I do feel for some of you there is the strong possibility of love coming in for you. For those of you that are already partnered, this can be a deepening of your current commitment. It can also be, in a business sense, meeting that perfect person to collaborate with, that beautiful colleague that's going to turn into a lifelong friend, a friendship outside the workplace or something like that. But for many of you, this is finding love again after a period of time where you might have had your heart completely shut down. Now, whatever it is, you guys are heading into a period of the greatest stability in your life than you have been in, because we have the two kings here, on either side of this new relationship or this new love. I feel like when this comes in for you, it's going to give you the greatest sense of security that you've ever had. Now, the King of Pentacles is the master of abundance and stability and control in that way. He knows how to take that Ace of Pentacles and expand it into all the wealth and material possessions that he desires. He's totally got that formula, down, and he is the most stable and secure of the court cards in the tarot deck. The King of Cups is, very similar, but in the realm of feelings, emotional fulfillment, and love. He can, be grounded and stable and unshakable when emotions get tough, when life gets tough. He holds that Ace of Cups. We've got two characters here holding the Ace of Cups. This is about you getting your energy in a place where you're ready to give and receive love again. And it's not going to be long before I feel like you're going to be swapping cups with somebody. That's what I'm really seeing here. So, yeah, there's a beautiful message here for you guys. Virgo, this is time for you to get your energy in a place where you're just stable, secure, and grounded. That's when somebody comes in, but I also feel that the person who comes in is going to, this partnership is going to offer you the best of those both worlds, and it's just going to be next level. But the key is, or the portal, is releasing the past, not letting that thief of the past rob you of the present moment. It's time now to take that journey out of the cave. You know, some of you might have been through a tower moment, but it's time to walk towards the light that wants to eclipse that darkness, because your new beginning is waiting just on the other side. So it's time to cross the threshold, Virgo. So Virgo, I'm going to leave it there for you. I do wish you all the best with it this week. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you guys, but just take the pieces that resonate. There's always a piece for everyone in the readings, and if you feel like you'd like to share, just leave me a comment, because I always love to know if it's resonating and how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.